Yo, 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 everybody. Today we have another special treat for y'all today. We have the Lexus NX before you're supposed to see it. Let's get right into it right here. So, the exterior is nothing particularly to write home about, but it is quite familiar and it looks a bit better, a lot better actually, in my opinion, than the previous NX. So, if we dive straight into it, we see these new headlights, LED headlights. They're pretty similar to the Lexus IS that was just revealed, and actually it's been out, but you know what I mean. We got similar daytime running lights. We got LEDs right under them. We have the Lexus spindle grille right in the middle, and if we look right below that, we got three slots. Once I noticed it, I couldn't stop seeing it. So it's a slightly little bit of a distraction for me, but right. So we have two vents right at the side. This is probably going to be an F Sport trim that we see. That we see for the vehicle, and these vents are probably going to be non-functional. I don't know. You could probably take my firstborn child if they are. I highly doubt they are functional. We got them towards the side. We have these F Sport rims. They look pretty decent. We got the mirrors on the A pillar, similar to the Lexus NX, and to be honest, most of the side profile is similar to that of the previous Lexus NX. But I did notice that on the side profile, they did clean up some of the lines that were on the previous NX. So overall, it looks a lot more cleaner than the previous generation, and it's just a bit more sleeker than the previous. Minor improvements. Towards the back, we have a connected bar LED rear taillights. Lexus has been going to that in the design. The UX has the connected design. The IS has the connected design. And now the NX will have this connected design. We have two vents at the side of the vehicle as well. Probably just for the F Sport look. Probably non-functional. And then we have what looks like non-functional exhaust just for the aesthetics of the vehicle. They have the wipers at the front of the trunk. They didn't put it under the actual deck lid spoiler, but overall still looks better than the previous model. It kind of makes it look a little bit more European in design, a little small European car, and I think it looks quite a bit better than the previous NX. But that being said, it's still pretty familiar in design. People who have the previous one will be like, wow, you upgrade it, you know what I mean? But it definitely needed a refresh. So Lexus has improved the interior quite significantly from the previous NX. And I do have a lot to say about it. First, let's start with this big old screen right in the center. I predict it's going to be around 14 to 16 inches. Lexus hasn't given us like an official number of it because if this vehicle was leaked, of course. But as we do see, it's going to have the climate controls and also your radio and other controls all embedded into the screen. So the screen is going to be taking up, doing most of the functions of the vehicle on the Lexus NX. And as we see in the whole center stack design, there's going to be a reduction of buttons. So a lot of people aren't going to like that. I haven't really had experience with a vehicle that uses like AC controls in the screen, so I don't really know how it works. But to each his own. If you go down below, you're going to see a little button for the drive modes. It kind of looks a little bit out of place. Like it's just this little plastic trim right here. And then drive modes. It kind of doesn't really fit the rest of the vehicle, but if you go down a little bit below that, we got some USB ports. A little bit below, we got a Qi wireless charger that everyone's putting in their vehicles, of course. And then we have two cup holders. And then this gear selection right here is a little bit interesting. It looks like it's supposed to mimic a traditional design of a gear lever, but instead they put buttons for park, reverse, drive, all that. So it's a little bit interesting. And this is the hybrid model because as we see right here, we got an EV mode right here. Considering the front of the vehicle says NX 200, I think this is going to be basically have the powertrain of the RAV4 hybrid, and then this has the EV mode from that. We got electronic parking brake there as well. But moving to the steering wheel, we have a more of a Lexus LS design steering wheel. It looks pretty good, pretty solid. If we go right into it, the display, we have probably like the 8-inch digital display that we see from something like the Toyota Mirai. It looks pretty similar to that. And then overall material quality. So I do have some mixed reviews on it. So from the side door trim, it looks pretty nice. I like the design. It looks like something that they would put in the LS. That kind of design right there. But we do have some contrasting colors. The white and the black. This is not even white. This is like a cream in the black. Kind of make for a better impression of quality compared to the previous interior, which was just one color. The one thing I do have a problem with is the passenger side airbags. They look like an afterthought in my opinion. They could have just designed it better, maybe put some stitching there. Something to break it up. It just does not look good. It does not look like a $50,000 car, in my opinion. It looks like something that they just ripped right out of a RAV4 and put it in this vehicle. But as we do see on top of above the instrument cluster, we do have a heads-up display, so we do know that that's going to be in this vehicle. So Toyota's probably going to pack all their technology, all their safety features in this vehicle. You probably don't have to worry about that. And a lot of it's probably going to be standard as well. What I am curious about is what will the standard screen be like, and then how will they incorporate those climate controls from the standard screen. So will they have like physical buttons with the standard screen, or will they just have a smaller screen but with the climate controls embedded in it? But that's pretty much it. And also something else that I'd like to add with the NX touchscreen is that they're getting rid of the trackpad. I've watched a few reviews of the various new Lexus that have come out within the past 3 years, and the reviewers, they always disliked the trackpad experience of the Lexus. So it's good that they got rid of it into something more usable and traditional. We don't know if it's actually any better because we haven't tested it, but hopefully it is. Hopefully they put their money in designing something better. But the video that was leaked mentioned something about an NX 450 Hybrid Plus. That'll be Lexus's first plug-in hybrid model. So this is already hinted in some of the patent filings that we have seen. And I bet that this will share the powertrain with the RAV4 Prime, which makes about 302 combined horsepower. And that has been really positive reviewed. I think people would want something that the RAV4 Prime offers, but in a more of a luxurious car. And I think that this NX will definitely offer that, and I think it'll do a good job of that. And then maybe for the 300H, it might be something like a RAV4 hybrid powertrain. It'll probably deliver maybe 220 horsepower. Maybe they'll upgrade it a little bit so deliver something more like the 240 horsepower. Honestly, have a little bit more power to it, but. And then the final thing will be a new inline-4 turbocharged engine in the Lexus NX 200. So the current engine in the Lexus NX makes about 194 horsepower. Maybe this new inline-4 can make somewhere between upper 200s, and by that I mean like 205, 210 maybe. That won't be anything to blow your socks off, but it'll deliver adequate performance. adequate daily performance for those who drive it. And it'll probably give you good highway and city fuel economy, just like a RAV4 kind of. But anyway, I think, does this really excite me? Not really. I think it'll be still good. I think it'll be a pretty good vehicle. I think it'll sell in droves. It'll probably sell like 50, 60,000 per year, but it'll probably sell 50, 60,000 per year. Be a pretty reliable vehicle. And they made the improvements necessary that was needed to make from their old models. But that's about it. Nothing really super crazy, but it's going to be a pretty fine vehicle in my opinion. So that's pretty much it for the Lexus NX. If you liked the video, just like it, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.